Hey, what is up, guys? It's TPS Infinite here. I'm playing some Akali Mid Lane against Lux. I end up going 15, 8, and 10. It was a pretty fun game. I died a couple times. As you guys know, if you watch any of my other videos, I do cut down a lot of the footage because each game is like, you know, anywhere from 30 minutes on. But yeah, let's get to the story. So this is another time where I almost got arrested. Now, I say almost because legally speaking, the cops actually could not have done anything to us, but we still got in trouble for it, and we got we couldn't go back to where we went, because if we did, it would be trespassing. Like, they filed that against us. Alright, so this was like when I had just turned 18 because I had gotten snake bites literally like 4 or 5 days beforehand for my 18th birthday, and so I couldn't swim. Anyone who knows anything about piercings understands that chlorine's bad for piercings. Lots of germs, just dries it out too much. It's not good. But basically, I was hanging out with my brother and some of our other friends. There was like two other people with us. And we were all just bored, didn't know what to do. I think we just got off work or something like that, because we all worked at the same spot. And we were like, hey, why don't we go to the neighborhood water park? Because where me and my brother lived, we had a water park that, you know, we paid for when we bought our house. And we were like the 5th people in the actual neighborhood, like the development. So that was part of the HOA and all the stuff they promised us and everything like that. But we're like, let's go to the water park. Now, it was closed. This was like late at night. This was like 11:30-ish, 12-ish, something like that. So we knew we weren't supposed to be there, but one of our friends knew how to turn the slides on. So we go anyways. You know, we walk inside. We didn't have to hop any gates or anything like that. You know, everything was like unlocked. And there were no trespassing signs. That's very, very important to the story. There was not a single no trespassing sign on the property. Now, with that being said, we still knew what we were doing was not, you know, it was not good. But we still did it anyway. So we get in there and we get into the water park. We turn my buddy turns the slide on. I'm just chilling. I'm just talking with them and just like hanging out. They're riding the slides and everything. And they asked me, you know, go up to the top, because like where the top slide was, there was an area you could stand at, and you could see the whole little like park area. So I was just looking to see if anyone was coming. Well, I think like 10 to 15 minutes passed by, and there's like 3 dudes that are walking up our way. So I tell them, I haul ass down the slide. No, I wasn't like, there was a second slide that I went down that the water wasn't on. They only turned the water on to one slide. So I haul ass down the dry slide. I jump off. Me and everybody start hauling ass. And where the slides were, like where you go up the stairs, it was like a hallway that had an entrance from both sides of the pool. And some dude had cut through one side, literally tackled my brother. Like came out of nowhere, tackled my brother, and I didn't have time to react or anything, and I just like kept running, and I was like, damn. And my brother had a book bag with all of our stuff in it, my ID, my friends' IDs, like all of our stuff, our keys, clothes, everything, towels, all that shit. But I hauled ass anyways, and I just was like, damn, like, dude, I don't want to get caught, like, fuck, this sucks. So I kept running because I had no idea if they were trying to tackle me. Now, when my brother got tackled, I witnessed he got punched in the face. Like, the dude tackled him. My brother just, like, literally got tackled. They rolled for, like, a half a second. And then my brother was like, all right. And then the dude punched him. My brother wasn't, like, you know, resisting or, like, trying to fight him. He literally was just like, all right, man. And then the guy sucker punched him, like, straight up hit him. And that's important to the story, too. So, like, 10, 15 minutes go by. I'm, like, down the road. I'm, like, walking towards my house. Next thing I know, my dad pulls up, and he is fucking pissed. He got a call from, like, the cops or some shit. because the guys had falsified a police report, said that we broke in with guns, so it was like armed robbery basically, and the cops responded within seconds. There was like 4 cop cars, all armed, looking for us. So they did that wrong. But anyways, I ended up getting to the water park. I was kind of like nervous because I was like, damn, I'm 18. Like, they were threatening, like on the phone the cops were saying like we were gonna go to jail and all this other shit, and that was just the cops saying like what they knew. Like, it wasn't the cops being like assholes at this point. Like, the cops literally just got a call that some kids armed robbed or like broke in or whatever. They didn't know what was going on. They just had a police report with guns involved, and that's all they knew. So we went up there. It was just me and my brother, because the other 2 had gotten away with it. They had ran off and didn't come back, and they like ended up running to our house eventually. But so the cops were like sitting there. They came over and talked to us, and they were just like, "What were you guys thinking?" We were like, "Man, we're just trying to have fun." I told them what happened. I told them what I saw, and all that kind of stuff. Like, the guys didn't identify themselves, and they just started chasing us, and the one hit my brother and all this other stuff. Well, come to find out that these people who were guarding this water park did not have security license. So even if somebody were to break in, the only thing that they're supposed to do legally is tell them to leave, like ask them to leave, and call the cops if they don't. They are not allowed to put their hands on anyone, detain anyone. They aren't allowed to do anything like that. So the cops were actually going to press charges against, like they asked us, "Do you want to press charges?" We were like, "No," because we just didn't want to blow this shit out of proportion. But I thought it was funny because they actually got in trouble more than us, and the manager, or I think he's like the manager of the water park, was like all pissed off. He's like, "What? You're not gonna arrest these kids? They broke in." And the officer straight up looked at him and goes, "Sir, there is no trespassing signs. They pay for the water park. Technically speaking and legally speaking, they have every right to use the water park whenever they feel, unless there's no trespassing signs, because they own it." And like literally the day after, they put up like 8 different no trespassing signs. But yeah, we were never allowed to go back to the water park after that. They did the whole trespassing thing. If we ever got on property, we would get arrested, kind of thing. But it was kind of a shitty like story. Like my brother got punched and all this other crap. But yeah, man, it was a little bit of an intense night, because like I said, the first like 10 minutes, cops were like literally like looking. There was like 4 or 5 of them that were trying to find us, and they were all armed. Like, they all had put their vest on. They all had ARs in their hands, because they got a call that fucking kids are robbing this water park with guns and shit, and they don't know what to expect. So they also got in trouble for that, by the way, guys. They gave them they gave them a fine or something like that for falsifying a police report, because they knew damn well nobody was armed robbing the water park. Because 1, there's no money at the water park. 2, they had called the cops after they detained my brother, so they knew we weren't robbing anything. And then they assaulted my brother, so they got they got a decent sized fine, which was pretty funny. It was an interesting story, and definitely one of those moments where it could have completely been avoided had we not just been dumbass kids that decided to go break into a water park, I guess you could say. We didn't even break in, we just walked in. So that was interesting. But if you guys have any experiences like that where some crazy shit happened and cops were called, but you actually didn't get in trouble because the law was actually on your side, or some crazy story, I mean, even if cops did get involved or whatever, just some crazy story, if you guys have anything like that, man, leave it in the comments. If you guys like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want more, if you like my videos and you want to see more, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Everything helps, guys. As always, stay safe and stay chill, man. Peace.